Hey everybody, this is Terrence with Boykin Realty, brokered by Keller Williams. I'm here today to give you a quick snapshot of the Triangle 2020 real estate market. The market was unexpectedly turbulent towards the end of the first quarter due to the pandemic that spread across the country. As the first wave of COVID-19 hit in the spring, the housing market really slowed to a crawl. Luckily, we did see a dramatic comeback just a couple months later. Buyer activity was the leader again in 2020, with mortgage rates really setting all-time lows a couple times throughout the year. The market was also driven by a lot of sellers wanting to secure a better housing situation, in part due to the new realities brought about by COVID-19. We saw a lot of buyers that realize they need office space at home, as well as an area to educate the kids, because even now we don't know when kids are going back to school. All that combined really brought about a multiple offer frenzy that we really haven't seen in 15 years. I can attest to that because last year we had several houses that we listed as a coming soon program, which meant we actually were able to market the house to other agents before it was actually available for showings. And surprisingly, we had multiple offers on those houses before they hit the market. Here are a few numbers to really explain what happened in the 2020 Triangle market. The number of homes for sale at the end of 2020 was down by 53.7% over 2019. That's almost half. And to put that even in a bigger picture, I don't know if any of you remember 2010, just after the financial crisis, we had 20,000 homes for sale in the Triangle at the end of 2010. At the end of 2020, we had 3,587 homes for sale in the Triangle. Now, that's a big change. And to add to that, we just saw Raleigh ranked by another major polling company as the #1 best place to live in the country. That means we're going to have even more demand for those 3,587 homes. We saw buyers struggle again in 2020 to find that perfect home. This is a big number for me. The median number of showings before an offer was accepted on a home went up in 2020 by 16.7%. Now, in any normal year, that's a pretty big number, but you really got to dive deep in that one and see that we were in a pandemic in 2020, and buyers were still willing to go out and see more houses and risk their health just to find that perfect house. Now, that really shows us how tight the Triangle real estate market was in 2020. Now, the market was tight, and when that happens, a lot of buyers start to look to new construction. It's a little bit easier, and you really can design that perfect house. Best of all, you don't have to be up at 8:30 in the morning on Thursdays and Fridays to see the newest houses that hit the market. Well, we even saw issues with new construction. The biggest was a lack of inventory, and added to that, we saw a lumber shortage mainly due to COVID, which drove up prices literally overnight and extended the build time for that new construction. Another big number about new construction, which I couldn't believe when I saw it, I had to actually look at it a few times. We saw new construction homes overall sold for 100% of their original list price. That's almost unheard of. Throughout my career, I've always been able to get some kind of discount on new construction. I can remember 2018, one particular client, we got $40,000 off the list price of new construction just because they could close by the end of the year. I can tell you, none of that happened in 2020. Speaking of those numbers, the same happened with resale. Resale homes in the Triangle region sold for about 98.5% of their original list price. Talking a little bit about our inventory shortage, at the end of 2020, we had about a 1.5 month supply of new construction for sale. Even worse, at the end of 2020, we had a 3-week supply of resale homes. That really means that at the start of the month, if there were no other homes to hit the market, we wouldn't even have enough homes to sell that entire month in the Triangle. You might ask, Terrence, you've given us all these numbers about doom and gloom. Really, what does that mean to us as a buyer or seller? It means the days of window shopping or telling your agent you're going to take a night to sleep it over and think about it. Those are over for now. We're seeing multiple offers on houses before they even hit the market. And right now, I was talking to agents this morning. It's not uncommon to see a $10,000 due diligence fee. Now, the due diligence fee is the amount the buyer pays the seller so that the seller takes their home off the market for anywhere from 15 to 30 days so that buyer can do their due diligence, their homework, inspections, appraisals, that sort of thing. We're seeing $10,000 non-refundable due diligence payments on houses that cost as little as $250,000. Now, if you combine that with the knowledge that resale homes are selling for about 98.5% of their list price, that means you really need to come with your highest and best offer first. The days of, well, I'll offer down here and we'll meet in the middle are done. We're also faced with a lot of new investors in the Triangle market because they know the Triangle has such a great real estate track record over the last several decades. Now, it's great for the Triangle, and I love it because I work with a lot of investors. I'm able to find them homes that they can buy and flip or buy and rent. We're really seeing that start to affect the everyday family that's buying houses. And that happens because most families that are buying houses, you don't have $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 just sitting in your bank account to buy a house. So chances are those families will have to finance the purchase of their homes. Now, a lot of you know when it comes to financing, there are a lot of things that can happen during that transaction that it can either extend the transaction or cause it not to close. So sellers they're really getting smart now. They're seeing a family that is offering on a house that may have a conventional loan versus an investor that's got cash. That seller's going to take that cash offer because they know it's almost guaranteed to close. I want you to know, I'm not really saying all this to scare you into not buying a house. The purpose of this video is so that you're truly educated on what's going on in the Triangle market. Is it tough to buy a house right now? Yeah, it is. Can it be done? Absolutely. Now more than ever, you got to do your research and be laser focused clear on your expectations. You've also got to have a plan that you can stick to, because I can tell you the Triangle real estate market is definitely not for the faint of heart right now. Thanks for watching this video. Please let me know if you have any questions about the numbers I just mentioned and really how they're going to affect your buying power or the selling process. Give me a call at 919-675-9967 or find me at Raleigh'sBestAgent.com so we can put together a plan that will ensure your home buying or selling success in 2021.